Hello folks, we are taking up the exercise 1.2 of our chapter 1 and this is our part 1 video. We may have to take one more part of for this exercise. So let's see now how to go about doing this. Again, here we are seeing something about null set, finite set and infinite set. When a set doesn't have any element, we call it as a null set. When there are elements into it, it is not a null set. So this is how we are going to see if the numbers, that number of elements in the set we can count, we call it as finite. If it is something that we cannot count continuing like that infinitely, we call it as an infinite set. So that is what we are going to see in this exercise. We have the question, this is, as I said, exercise 1.2 and this is our part 1 video. We have this question number 1 which says that which of the following are the examples of null set? Amongst these, we have to find out which of them are null set and which are not. So let's see now how we go about this. You have this first example that says that you have the set of odd natural numbers which are divisible by 2. Have you ever seen odd natural numbers getting divided by 2? Never. None of the odd numbers can be divisible by 2. So it's a null set, doesn't happen. So when certain thing doesn't happen, we call it as null set. This is a null set. Right. Now we have the set of even prime numbers. Now even prime number also it's a rare occurrence, but yes, it's not a null set. We have the element 2. 2 is a prime number and it's even also. So though it's a rare occurrence, it's not a null set. So you can say that it's not a null set. Right. After that we have the set of all the x such that x is a natural number and x is less than 5, x and x is less than 7. Both is happening together. X is some number, it's a natural number which is less than 5. At the same time it's greater than 7. That is never possible. You can visualize it on the number line. Then on a number line you can never have anything that is, suppose if this is your number line, you can never have something that is lesser than 5 and there is something which is greater than 7. That is never possible. So that's not possible because it's not possible, it's a null set. Then we have the set of all the y such that y is a point common to any two parallel lines. Parallel lines means non-intersecting. They don't have anything in common. So how can we ever find a point which is common between them? That's not possible. So again, that's a null set. I hope that's clear to us because parallel lines means these lines have nothing in common. So there is not, it's not possible to find any point that is common. So such a set doesn't exist. So it's a null set. That's about our question number 1. Now in the question number 2 and the question number 3, they give us a particular set and they ask us to find out whether it's a finite set or the infinite set. So that is what we will be doing in question number 2 and 3 throughout. That is, we will recognize whether it's a finite set or whether it's an infinite set. So let's come to this question number 2, subpart number 1. We have it tabulated. On this side we have given and on this side we will recognize or we will identify whether it's a finite set or whether it's an infinite set. Here we have the set of all months in a year. Definitely finite because you know that the months in the year are 12. So it's quite natural that it's finite. So it's finite. Finite set if you want you can write, but generally it's finite. Then we have the set, they have already listed the set. The set is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now it's very clear from the listing itself, it's an infinite set because it is not, there is, it just keeps on continuing. So this is an infinite set. How about the next one? You have a set 1, 2, 3 and so on, but it is finally terminating at 900, 99 and 100. So therefore it's a finite collection. So that we know that it's a finite set. Then we have the set of positive integers greater than 100. You are collecting all the positive integers which are greater than 100. Now you just imagine how many can come. You collect all positive integers greater than 100 means you start from 101, 102, you can have 1025, you can have 1,000,000 and 10,100 and whatever. You will have things going up like that and so you will have it is basically an infinite set. So this is an infinite set. Then we have the set of prime numbers less than 99 Set of prime numbers less than 99. We know that it is, that means less than 100 if you go to see, we know it's a finite number. We have learnt in the, say, in the 6th standard or so, what are those numbers. So it is going to be restricted, and we know therefore it is a finite set. So this is going to be a finite set. So because we know that it is the same. Question number 3 also they ask us to recognize whether it's a finite set or infinite set, so we can continue doing it. You have question number 3 subpart 1, set of all the lines that are parallel to the x-axis. Imagine how many. If you have the x-axis, how many lines can you have parallel to the x-axis? If this is your x-axis, how many lines can you have which is parallel to the x-axis? You can have this, you can have this, you can have, you know, as many as you want. So like that there can be many. So it is infinite. So this is infinite set. Second subpart, set of letters in the English alphabet. We know there are only 26. So that is finite. So this is finite. Then set of numbers which are multiples of 5. Set of numbers which are multiples of 5 means a multiples of 5, that set if you could visualize, it can be 5, 10, 15, 20 actually. This set, how could this be? It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 15. Since they have not told us anything, that can continue that way. No, there is no upper limit. So therefore it's an infinite set. Set of multiples of 5 is an infinite set. Then set of animals living on earth. Now the set of animals living on earth, though it's a wide and broad collection, lot of animals are there, but it is finite because our biologists have taken lots of efforts to list all the elements and put them into various groups, various various categories, classification and all that, and that is why this becomes a finite set. So this is a finite set. Then we have the set of circles passing through the origin. Now this is infinite, and you will be learning more about this when we learn conic sections. There we are learning about circles in detail. So there we come to know how it is. But otherwise roughly, because you have circle that is passing through 0, 0, that's the origin. From here you can have so many circles like this. So that is why that becomes infinite. So that you can have as many as you want. Infinite set. So that is also an infinite set. The set of circles that is passing through the origin is an infinite set. So here we have recognized what is the difference between finite set and infinite set. That's about the question number 1, 2, 3, and the remaining part of the exercise we are taking up in the next video. Thank you.